My name, Alexia. Who I am, all these little words. Or who I choose to be. I can choose to be insecure. I could choose to be confused and selfish, broken, stubborn, lost, torn, depressed. I could be all those. But when you're lost, confused, torn, stubborn, broken, selfish, insecure, and faithless, you're not who you are. You're not who you are because you're looking at all these words and you're thinking to yourself, how can I be this and how can I be that? If you're all of you, well, stop looking. This is my story. My story is, I started off with a name, and I started off with one word, and then another word came up, and then another. And then one day, all these words started depicting who I was. They started taking over who I was becoming. Then one day, the person who I had given up my heart. In my heart, I folded it. I folded it up, and I kept putting padding over padding, right? Until one day, you couldn't see my heart because it was locked. It was protected and it had armor. And then one day, somebody came into my life. They opened it just a little bit because I couldn't allow them to open it up all the way. I couldn't allow them to see the inside of my heart. So I got a marker. I drew a heart. I drew this heart. It was fake. I scribbled a bunch of things in this heart, hoping they wouldn't notice that they were fake. So then, I cut this heart. I cut it precisely the way I wanted it to be. This heart it had two. I gave one away. I gave it away, and I never really found it after. That was a real heart. And then I had this heart, the fake one, the one I scribbled in. And I told somebody to take care of it for me. So I gave it to them. I folded it. I made it small. made it small enough for them to carry around. And one day, remember all those little words? They started to come out. And that heart began to be cut into little pieces. It broke. And all you had were a bunch of little pieces, each layered with parts of the different words. So you have this heart, and it was fake. It was a fake heart that you didn't want to break. You didn't want it to be a real heart that was broken. Because in reality, you had this heart, the real one. Until one day someone found that real heart and they told you to let that heart go, to give your heart out, and that you would be okay. But see, what happened was that heart, the real heart, it began to break. It began to get cut into million little pieces. You broke it into tiny little pieces that you couldn't put together anymore. You had this heart, and it broke. And it kept breaking and breaking until one day you kept breaking it more. You broke it, and it became all these little pieces. And you're sitting in the dark, and you're sitting there with your hands wide open. Your heart is lost, and you didn't know where it was. Because both of your hearts was given to you, and it shattered. Because you couldn't trust yourself with your heart. And so you gave it to other people to protect. And when they broke it, you didn't have anything else to do. You sat in that little corner. You cried your lungs out. You cried your soul out. And you wondered what would happen if you found the other heart. The new heart that you always wished for. The one that you wish was given to you brand new, with no scratches, no breaks, and no little pieces of it that contaminated it. And you wonder where this heart was until something bigger than you handed it right to you. It was this heart, the one that couldn't be broken. It was this heart that was empty. It had nothing, no scratches, no breaks, no nothing. All it had was for you to fill it and to take care of, no matter how much you wanted it to break. You still had this heart, and you just needed it to be filled. But you didn't know where to find that heart. You didn't know how to find this heart. You didn't even know that this heart existed. So how did you find this heart? And how can you feel it? I'll tell you. There's one thing in life, we are given chances. And there's only one person who could heal you, who could heal your heart, and who could see right through that heart. That's him. He filled my heart. He gave me people to love, people to cherish, and he made all those little pieces wash away. But yet, there's always one little piece of that old heart to remind you of what you already overcome. So keep on living, keep on believing, and one day you'll be given a new heart. New heart to fill. Because he should always be in your heart, no matter what.